Hey, here we are again, 7 to 9 a.m. pre-market. Good morning. Good morning. Where looks like we already got some action. Man, do we need to start getting here at 6:20? I don't know. Looks good though. We got big news today, 8:30. Let's see. 8:30's big core PCE. Yeah, so we're gonna mark that for sure. 8:30. 10 is pending home sales. 11. Got the balance sheet. Let's see. 8:30, 10, 11:30. So we're going to mark those. 8:30, 10, 11:30. 8:30. Well, I said I was going to mark those. Jeez. There we go. 8:30. Right? 10 and 11:30. Not horizontal line, vertical line, vertical line. 10 and 11:30. Yeah. A lot of news today. Oof. Be careful and check with your provider if what news events you can or cannot trade. You don't want to make that mistake and not know. I may extend these out later. And I believe it's 3-star, 2-star, and 2-star. 8:30 is 3-star for sure. 10 is 2. Yeah. And 11:30 is 2. My main focus is going to be on the 8:30. Zero 8:30, 3-star news. All right. Bump that down to 20 and apply. Cool. This is the 1-minute NASDAQ. This is the 2-minute NASDAQ. Where are you? There you are. I did pretty good yesterday. Had some losers too, but managed to put I think it was 800, 8 and some change on the board. So this account's got 1164 to the positive, and this account has 915. So I may trade this account today. I'd like to just kind of stair step them up, get into a nice, I guess you could say, cushion, and then try to just, inch my way along. Get these two rocking in the PA, and then work on some other stuff. All right. So we have our notes. You see when my screen was scrunched, that looked like it was close, right? All this does. Then when you start expanding it, it goes out and out and out. Closer to the zero line, the better with these. This will make sense in a second. Watch. Hey, look at that. Perfect. All right. We had a nice little inverse head. Well, we had a positive head and shoulders for a small crack, but it's against the grain. And then if you look at this one on the 2-minute, 1, 2, 3, with the grain. With the grain, more. Against the grain, less. Right? So we had, you can even see some stuff here, right? You see one, two, three pop, which started the next 1, 2, 3 pop. This one was so far against the grain, the down. And then you look and see this start rising, you're with the grain. It changes quickly on the lower time frames. You know, if you look at the 1 hour, it looks downsy to me. Looks like, you know, we're creating higher lows or lower highs and higher lows, lower lows. There you go. All right, so I want to do a little bit more actual trading this morning versus so much talking and explanation. But I do want to explain things that I see or answer any questions that anyone may have. But at the same time, I'm also here for this. So, all right. Cool. This big area is, you know, we had a lot. This is the 1 hour. We had a lot going on right here. And we kind of had that hold line. We dipped below it, got in the trash here. And right now it's trying to push out, but I'm going to trust it. We have all this zone that's not the prettiest. Oh, looks good right up to here. Jeez. $15-minute. Is there a gap right there? There's a little gap right there. See that? On the 15-minute, there's a gap right there. I don't know if it's just this chart or it's a literal gap right here. Almost looks like we're pushing for it. Gaps like to get visited. All right, 5-minute. Nice apex right there. Look at the apex right there. The 200, the 14, the 20. It held and went up. Nice. $6.45. Like I said yesterday, if you just keep getting here earlier and earlier and earlier, you'll just sit here all night, and you just got to take what you get when, you know, during the times that work the best for you. All right. I can't do anything with this yet. For me, we already came back here, see? So we already came back to this top right here. I normally like to get a couple of those sometimes. All right, check it out. I've been talking about this too. The blocks that you see on your screen. Right now, they're 5 points apart. These are 10 points apart. Earlier, I don't know if it was yesterday morning or which day it was, but earlier these were like 2 points apart. And I'm sure I could probably scrunch them down tiny and get them. No. Geez, that went the other way. That's 10 points apart now. Okay, now they're 2 points apart. Maybe I'll make that up. I don't know. Just something that I've noticed when I look at certain things certain ways, and I'm like, man, that's a big jump versus a small one. Man, I like the push. All right, does that gap exist on, oh wow. Even on the 2-minute chart, there's a gap right there. Gap is 70, hang on. I don't know, 78, 75 to 72. It's interesting. And then we came all the way back into here, which is what, 72 starts the gap. Golly, it's hard to see with this VWAP on the screen. That help? Yeah. Yeah, so 72 starts the gap. Okay. What's that look like? Is that better? Yeah. Looks like we're trying to push up into it. I just don't want to get late to this party and start chasing this move. Although it's starting to look like it wasn't a bad one to chase. So I pointed this out. I was pointing this out yesterday about the Trader's Reality deal. And how he talks about moves and patterns and all that good stuff. And we're on a much smaller time frame, but you went up in here, drop 1, 2, 3, do your thing, kind of came up, W formation, again, smaller time frame. 1, 2, 3, doesn't have to quit there. That could actually be 1, 2, 3, M formation, drop 1, 2, 3, again, smaller time frame. Sometimes I think the charts are what you make them, but as long as you make them something that works for you, doesn't really matter. Are we filling the gap immediately, or are we going to stop right there? Ugh. I don't like just sitting down and jumping straight into... I just sat down right here at 7. Right here. If I had sat down a little bit earlier and got to see this, I mean, that was beautiful. But when you get in here... okay, next. $71, 71, 72 to 78 is the gap fill on the 2-minute. I also noticed that I really like when these two are running together. This is the MACD on the 2-minute running up, running up, running up. This is probably here, but nonetheless, they're together. Running up, same. Then when they're opposite, I don't love it as much. All right, there it is. Shooting for the gap fill. 74. I believe we said 78 was the gap fill. And I don't mean that like the overnight per se gap fill. I just mean what I'm seeing on this chart. Right here. There's a gap. Yeah, 79-ish maybe. 72 and a quarter. We're there now. We're at 73.